So quite some time, so I'm trying to read a book, for example, from Alex Mosey or from Tim Grover, Relentless, or by Marcus Aurelius, Meditations, or whatever other book, and especially on PDF because I can download them way faster. And so I read, for example, Alex Mosey's book while I'm at the playground with my brother after I get him uh, from kindergarten. And so I read there, but for some reason I just feel like something is wrong, man. Like with pretty much every other book that I read. And I realized with time that it was my speed, bro. I mean, I've been reading, but it was so slow. A page in that book from Alex Mosey, I was like, bro, this takes like minutes, bro. Maybe around 5 or 7 minutes, maybe even because I would either was not even concentrating or because I read too slow. That was so bad, bro. Literally, that was not good at all. But then some days ago, I'm thinking I have all these books from my mentors, right? That they give me that seem so valuable on so many different topics on self development, on business, and man, I want to read more of them. They're very good. I might as well learn how to read them faster. There's only so much time, and either way, I want to get them all in. And so I thought, okay, I gotta learn how to speed read again, and this time actually very good. And so I go on YouTube, I search for it, speed reading techniques. And so I click on the video and I watch it. And man, I get quite some techniques and I'm excited like, to finally use them and see how it is now. Like if this actually works, if this doesn't work. And actually before that I took a reading test. And it was about what 227 I think words per minute, which is basically kind of bad. And so I look at those techniques. Okay, I make a plan. Okay, I do this, I do that, I do that. And also I put a stopwatch and I try to read Tim Grover's book. And so I apply them. I put the stopwatch, I turn it on, I start reading, and it was 1 page per minute. That's massive compared to 5 or 7 minutes. I just basically skyrocketed my reading speed. And I think the record was like 46 or 50 seconds on a page in Tim Grover's book. Compared to, for example, when I read that at school and it took way more because I didn't use those techniques. That's one. Two, I had distractions, other people in the class. That, like, bro, that's bad. But then my reading speed skyrocketed because of these techniques, bro. So let me teach you how to actually do it. And also, by the way, on Alex Mosey's book, from I think like, who knows, 5 minutes, I went to around 2 or something. Maybe around that. I read like half of the page. It was about 1 minute. I needed to go do something else, but I figured, okay, if this is half of the page in 1 minute, probably the whole page is around 2 minutes. So that from 5, very good. So I figured, bro, that's amazing, bro. Literally, imagine if the average book, let's just say a book has around 120 pages. It's more like probably 200, but let's just say 120. If you read one page in a minute, every page in a minute, that's around, I think I calculated it, and it's around what, 3.5 books a week? That's insane, man. Think about it, bro. I think Tim Grover's book has what, 120 something pages? I might be wrong, but it might be something like this. And I figured, bro, if 1 hour of reading a day, which I planned of doing either way, was a habit. Well, that's 60 pages. In like 2 days, you can finish that book Relentless. That's insane, man. With these techniques specifically, that's amazing. Think about it. So, bro, I want to teach you the things that worked for me. So let's get into it. So first of all, what you gotta do, 100%, for your eyes to not drift off and for you to actually be focused on the specific sentence, on the specific word you're reading, is using a pencil, or others might say your finger, but I truly recommend your pencil. It's way better from my experience. You just take a pencil and you hover with it under the text. And the next thing, don't try to read each and every word or letter at a time, even with the pencil. That doesn't matter, bro. Because your pencil, of course, keeps your eyes focused on that word and not on those words that you read, and not allow them to drift off, because it's constantly moving and you're basically pinpointing where your focus, where you want your focus to be. So you put that and it works wonders, and it's also way faster because it almost locks your eyesight onto that point. That's amazing. I mean, with the pencil, that's amazing. But again, don't read each and every letter or each and every word at a time. That's just too slow, bro. Your bait is, it's almost like you're with a bike and you're looking only a meter forward. That's not good, bro. Because you're almost afraid to go way faster because you don't see the whole picture. Well, because if you look way further ahead, like meters ahead, with riding a bike, it's like way simpler, way easier, way faster. That's the same with these words, bro. Don't just stumble on yourself, on your words, and just read one at a time. That's not good, man. Like, read a couple at a time. For example, if you look at the title of this video, bro, even by a look, bro, you don't need to hover, like, you don't need to exactly go from like, oh, right, left to right and see the whole thing. You just look at the title and you basically instantly see what it means. In a glimpse of a second, you already know what the title says, right? So that means we can take not just one word but multiple at a time and still understand them. And so see them as patterns, as groups in a sentence. And trust me, it will be easy. It will be automatic for each and every one of us, probably. Our eyes just kind of group them together in a sentence, so it will be simple. Trust me. Now, the next thing. The next thing. Oh, yeah. The next thing is definitely to eliminate the inner monologue. And for some of you, it might be somewhat hard, but it's possible for each and every one of us. Basically, the inner monologue is almost, bro, like saying in your mind repeating in your mind the words. Is basically like I'm speaking right now, but in your mind, and you're speaking the words, which slows you down. That's not a reason why we don't want to, when we read, why we don't want to just speak like this, but actually keep our mouths shut and just read with our eyes. It's way faster. The speed of the eye is way faster than the speed of which you say the words, basically. But also, there's a new level in which you eliminate the inner monologue so that you go a level beyond that and you just look for the text. For example, when you see a stop sign or something, or actually I'm not even sure if that's a good example, but you basically don't need to exactly put the inner monologue, use the inner monologue. You just look through the words. That's it. Try your best to not say the words in your mind, because that just slows you down, bro. Just try. Look. By the way, all these techniques, bro, it might be hard at the beginning, but after some days, then you'll start to see way more progress, because your mind adapts and kind of understands what you're trying to do, and it will be way better. It just will make you way more effective with these techniques over time, no problem. So basically, use a pencil, eliminate the inner monologue, don't read one word or one letter at a time, but words as patterns, as groups. Read all of them, that pattern at a time, all of them at a time, and then move to the next pattern, basically. Next couple of words, like 2 to 4 words around that. And next is just put how is it called, man? Stopwatch, I think. Bro, that also massively increases your reading speed. If you put a timer, that's Parkinson's law. You move way faster, but you also need to understand what you're reading. You need to comprehend, and you might miss by the timer by 1 second and you might get pissed off. Well, try then to put a stopwatch. It's either way the same somewhat effect, and it's like so good. I literally, who knows, double, triple my reading speed. It's amazing, bro. I love it. So there you have it. Those are the speed reading techniques that I used. Oh, and also another very very important one. Your environment in which you read, bro. You don't want distractions, and also, even if there's no distractions, to use the pencil and to be truly in the mode of focusing, bro, sit down, bro. Don't stand up. Don't read outside or whatever. Make sure you have you can use the speed reading techniques. That's one. And two, be in an environment that one is peaceful and silent, and two, at which you can sit down and really pay attention to what you are reading, and that's it. Nothing else. As Tim Grover says in his book Relentless, you gotta get in the zone. And yes, that's possible with books. And also, don't read stuff that you don't like. I mean, fair enough. For school, it might be something different, but the point is, for self development and all that, there's actually, I have some more tips on that. First of all, bro, read books that can actually help you. That's one, and two, that you actually like, and three, you don't need to read all the chapters, bro. Think about it. This is not a textbook from school. You don't need to go for the curriculum or something. If a chapter from a book doesn't resonate with your problem and you don't need it, just don't read it. Does it not make sense? You might say, oh, but no, school just taught you wrong to read. Not necessarily wrong, it just taught you right how to perhaps read those books, their books, but with these books, it's different. On self-development, business, so on. Just read the stuff that you actually only need. For example, you don't keep watching a video on YouTube that, okay, you say, okay, this is actually not helpful, not interesting. You just skip. Well, that's it. You do the same with books and with chapters. You just look at the chapters. Okay, see, what's the idea of the book? Why did you even pick it up in the first place? For that, okay, for this problem. These chapters, okay, are good. They can help me, I'm pretty sure, because of the idea of them. But this one chapter, I know this aspect, and I don't exactly need that because of this and because of that. So therefore, I gotta skip it. That's how you do it, bro. That's also how you read way faster. I mean, your ego might say that, oh, bro, but read one book. That doesn't matter, bro. Who wins in the look? Who wins in the end? The guy who is reading books just for the sake of it, or the guy who actually is effective with it, and more efficient and more effective with what he's reading way faster and actually implements it? Well, obviously, bro, that guy who actually is way more effective and more efficient with reading, with his reading time and reading speed. Well, 100%, and it makes sense, bro. I mean, you don't take with you something that is not useful. Also, bro, I might put a free list of some books I have read that I know is pretty good for self development. I might put it in the description, so go check it if you're interested in that. And also, if you want to, you can get on my program for discipline, for consistency, confidence, my self mastery program that helped me massively to increase in those areas, and also my program on fitness and how I managed to build quite some more muscle. If you're interested, first link in the description. It's free for the first 10 guys that get it from YouTube, basically you. And so, yeah, man, bro, let's level up, bro, in all these areas. And yeah, bro, remember, we are limitless because we never peak if we so choose to. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.